If you read the title and are wondering who the people I'm about to discuss even are, here's the short version. Griffin Gaming is a YouTuber of the commentary variety, who generally bases his content around whatever will get him the most views. He will make a video about a trending topic, maybe several videos, and share his opinion on said trending topic. And this has netted him massive success. 200,000 subs is nothing to sneeze at. And the other character in this farcical play is HypocriteHunter, a man whose entire personality seems to be based around hating on Griffin Gaming. I'm not going to spend much time explaining that this is obviously not meant to be taken seriously, because that would be a total waste. You know it was a joke, I know it was a joke, and this guy knows it was a joke. He's
2 work days? 14 hours is not even a day, and you're saying that it's 2 work days? Where the fuck did you pull that one from? Your asshole? This video is really looking great for you, my dude. Normally I'll tell people, please stop embarrassing yourself, but unfortunately, fanboys of any kind do not understand that meaning. But at least I get to milk this video for more views and ad revenue just to piss off these grifter fanbots even more. But in his case, it's reverse psychology. Bro, like, why do you think he's doing all this? Why do you think he says what he says? It's to throw up suspicion that he is a grifter. It's amazing how grifters and narcissists are both like pretty similar because both know how to say the right words at the right time to get what they want.
Let's play hypothetical. Let's say that you're absolutely right. Griffin is just outright telling somebody to go kill themselves with no second thoughts, right? My question to that would be, why the fuck do you care? You missed my point entirely. It's not about what kind of videos the YouTubers in question are making. It's about what they want to accomplish on the platform. Why do they make these videos to begin with? Are they doing it only for the views and don't actually care about the topic? Or are they doing it because they want to entertain people?
I leave home for a few days and look what happens.
Well, these last few days have certainly been interesting. Here I was, just excited to start my junior year of college and be able to actually go on campus instead of having all my classes be online. And while I was focused on that, suddenly an entire drama erupts between Brother Nier and HypocriteHunter 666. 2 YouTubers who I have watched kind of frequently ever since the Griffin Gaming Vanguard situation. So here's the rub. Remember that Stuttering Mania video I responded to recently? Well, HypocriteHunter 666 also made a video responding to it. Brother Nier took issue with it, he left a comment criticizing him for it, and then it got deleted by HypocriteHunter. And this has led to the 2 of them fighting on YouTube ever since. So what do you do when there's drama between 2 YouTubers you really liked? You either leave it alone or get completely involved. Guess which one I'm doing. This is the first of 2 videos I plan on making regarding this drama, where I'm going to be focusing on responding to Brother Nier and the points he made in his video where he responded directly to HypocriteHunter. And the second video I make will be responding to HypocriteHunter's video, which was in response to Brother Nier. As it stands, I side more with Brother Nier on this one than I do HypocriteHunter, and the video I'm going to be responding to, for the most part, is actually pretty good, but there are several points that I kinda think he missed the mark on. As such, I'm probably going to be speeding past a lot of his video, so if I do, just assume that I don't really take issue with that section. Anyways, enough beating off the bush, let's go ahead and get right into this.
That out of the way, this is where we cover the video that sparked the controversy.
Because a Griffin sim has apparently had enough of my shit and is now trying to call me out on this channel. Someone by the name of Stuttering Mania, which I guess he's desperate enough to want to be featured on the Hypocrite Hunting live show, in which, congratulations buddy, you made it.
Notice how quickly he will come to the conclusion that Stuttering Stuttering Mania is a Griffin simp. But meanwhile, if you take one look at Stuttering Mania's channel, the video HypocriteHunter is responding to is the only one Stuttering Mania has ever made about Griffin. It's completely ironic that he'll call this person out for being a Griffin simp, but he is jumping the gun on what his channel is all about, which is something HypocriteHunter will also criticize Stuttering Mania for, which we will get to in a moment.
Sure, Stuttering Mania's content does not revolve around simping for Griffin, that much is true. However, in the video that HypocriteHunter is responding to, Stuttering Mania is kinda simping for Griffin there. When someone is criticizing a channel and then you try to make arguments to defend that criticism, but all the arguments you make in their defense all fall flat on their face, yeah, I kinda call that simping. And if you're wondering how Stuttering Mania's arguments fall flat on their face, watch my video responding to it, I go over it in detail.
If you read the title and are wondering who the people I'm about to discuss even are, here's the short version. Griffin Gaming is a YouTuber of the commentary variety who generally bases his content around whatever will get him the most views.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but most, if not all YouTubers don't just do it for the views, but they care about the topics they talk about as well.
Just keep this clip of what HypocriteHunter is saying in mind, because it's going to come up later.
Another favorite tactic of his is to literally project his actions onto other people, saying that, oh, you're just doing it for the views and ad revenue, how dare you do such a thing, when he's the only one doing that. And yeah, I think I said enough. Watch the upcoming clip if you want a clear picture of what I'm talking about.
As I mentioned earlier, the video HypocriteHunter uses as a reference to call out Griffin as a hypocrite is a video from over 2 years ago, and the best part about the clip in question is that it was completely taken out of context. When the clip is shown, you may take it at face value and say that Griffin is complaining about Bring Halo Back making money off of YouTube, but the actual point Griffin was trying to make was that Bring Halo Back was complaining about a non-issue regarding Halo 3 Master Chief Collection on PC being released early. He was basically saying Bring Halo Back was trying to find a reason to rant on YouTube rather than having actual good points to make. It's a shame that I did not research this earlier, but it's further proof that HypocriteHunter is being extremely disingenuous when criticizing Griffin for his supposed hypocrisies. But when he shows an example of said hypocrisies, it turns out to be a clip from over 2 years ago taken out of context. The fact that this is how HypocriteHunter operates is astounding to me.
Sure, Bring Halo Back's take on Halo 3 releasing early on PC is a fucking stupid one, but the argument that Griffin is trying to make against him is still hypocritical regardless. And about the clip being from 2 years ago, well, we'll get to that later.
He will make a video about a trending topic, maybe several videos, and share his opinion on said trending topic, and this has netted him massive success. 200,000 subs is nothing to sneeze at, and the other character in this farcical play is HypocriteHunter, a man whose entire personality seems to be based around hating on Griffin Gaming.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
I love how we're only 30 seconds into a video and you're already gonna accuse me of farcical play. What's the matter, fanbot? Been hanging around your leash shoulder for far too long? That you're gonna start projecting and deflecting like what he's been doing?
You know, considering that you've made 14 total videos on Griffin and his supposed fanboys, as well as you having a playlist dedicated to future reactions to Griffin's content, I can confidently say that Stuttering Mania is 100% correct that your channel is farcical play. He accuses you of such things because you have a lot more videos criticizing Griffin than you do have on anyone else combined.
Might want to check your math on that one.
Not to mention the fact that your very first commentary video was responding to Griffin. The vast majority of your content has more time on Griffin than anyone else you've covered on your channel thus far. He has also once again painted Stuttering Mania as a quote-unquote fan bot for Griffin because of how he accused him of farcical play. It just seems to me that HypocriteHunter has been spurging out about being criticized from these kinds of people rather than actually making valid points to counter their arguments.
Okay, yes, HypocriteHunter's response to your criticism was not a good one, but about having a lot of the content on his channel be focused on responding to Griffin, what's wrong with that? If he wants to make more videos responding to Griffin than he does for most other people he responds to, that's his choice. And sure, maybe Stuttering Mania isn't a Griffin fan bot, but he was fanboying for Griffin in that video, which is what HypocriteHunter is responding to.
Titles, thumbnails, and whatnot are exactly the same format as Griffin's, which is bizarre. You're acting like he's everything wrong with the internet, but are doing your very best to emulate him.
But it's perfectly fine when he emulates Leafy, right? But oh wait, I forgot. Only the Great Griffin Gaming is allowed to do what the fuck he wants.
The point that Stuttering Mania is trying to make is that you are structuring your videos the exact same way that Griffin does, which is the ultimate irony because of how much you despise him. Now of course, Leafy clones can shit on each other regardless, because at the end of the day, if you use background footage of gameplay while talking into a mic and using said video to respond to people, then that by default makes you a Leafy clone. The difference with me, however, is that I have a very sexy avatar, so that means I'm better.
You literally just answered your own question. People who respond to others while talking over gameplay footage in the background is a Leafy clone, and Leafy clones will shit on each other. That means Griffin's a Leafy clone, HypocriteHunter's a Leafy clone, you and I are Leafy clones. So why is it a problem when HypocriteHunter, a Leafy clone, shits on Griffin, another Leafy clone? As for Stuttering Mania's point about him copying Griffin despite hating him, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told him. From what I've witnessed, the problem that HypocriteHunter has with Griffin are with his takes and his behavior, not his style of content. If that was the case, then he'd already be shitting on a whole bunch of other Leafy clones by now.
I personally don't go out of my way to copy and act like people I despise, and the similarities are way too specific for this to be a simple coincidence. Hippo Hunter has, conservatively, spent 14.5 hours talking about Griffin. I calculated it!
Let's see these numbers, dog. Have you heard the saying, sauce already didn't happen?
Now this is a miscalculation on Stuttering Mania's part. He very clearly did the math wrong when seeing how much of HypocriteHunter's content is based around Griffin. No, it is not 14 hours. Adding up all of his videos based around Griffin combined into one package, it adds up to a total of 7.5 hours. That's almost one work shift. And while it's not as much as Stuttering Mania claims it is still a large majority of his overall content, and it still proves his point that you are pretty much obsessed with Griffin and his takes. I have to remind you guys once again that this motherfucker has an actual playlist dedicated to Griffin's live streams and future reactions he was planning on making. You really cannot make this shit up.
Okay, even when I took Stuttering Mania's 14 hours claim at face value, it was still a really bad point because, again, this is over a span of 7 months. As HypocriteHunter's first video responding to Griffin was uploaded in January of 2022, 7 months ago. Except now, we find out it's only 7.5 hours, not 14, which only makes this argument even fucking worse. That equates to only a little bit over 1 hour every month. I spend more time in a week doing my fucking hobbies than HypocriteHunter has spent in his entire time on YouTube responding to Griffin.
And Griffin has, as far as I can tell, not mentioned him once, which I think is really funny.
Well, I have a theory on why that might be the case. Do you all remember Griffin's live emotional meltdown regarding COD Vanguard on stream? AKA Griffin's very own Twitter/Reddit moment. If that motherfucker acted that way towards the Ackman, no pun intended of course, what makes you think that he won't do it a second time? And also, should I mention the fact that he backed out of his debate with Nier fanboy, now known as Brother Nier 2.0? Yeah, I think these two incidents speak for themselves.
Now you're just beating a dead horse. Just because of one incident from a few months ago happened where Griffin was having a giant Reddit moment over one video game doesn't mean he does not have the capability of having a civil discussion. This is quite literally the definition of a selective outrage, because you're cherry picking an incident from a few months ago that fits your ideology, rather than acknowledging any of the other streams where he actually can have a civil discussion. You can feel free to disagree with his takes, but look at his debates with people like Supernova or the One Boom. For the most part, Griffin acts civil in those debates, regardless of what his takes are. Now you're just beating a dead horse.
No, I remember the debate with Supernova, and in that debate, Griffin was in no danger of embarrassing himself further because of how shitty Supernova's arguments were. All he had to do was just let Supernova keep talking. As for the debate with the One Boom, admittedly, I never watched it prior to you bringing it up, but because you did, I decided to start watching it, and I only got past like the first hour or so. I kind of got bored after that. But from what I did watch, it was just the two of them shifting the goalposts more than fucking under the mayo. That's not exactly what I'd call being civil. The difference with the Vanguard situation, on the other hand, is that you, me, and HypocriteHunter were all making great points criticizing Griffin. Points that I really don't think he'd be able to refute. Also, I find it funny how you accuse HypocriteHunter of beating a dead horse when he brings up the Vanguard drama from a few months ago to support his argument, but when you bring up the debates with Supernova and the One Boom to support your argument, it's fine, even though both of those happened before the Vanguard situation. Like, how is that not beating a dead horse? Or how about when you were responding to Mischief's Starfield Fanboys video and all of a sudden you randomly brought up his take on Back for Blood? So, if you're going to accuse HypocriteHunter of beating a dead horse in this situation, then first, please make sure that you can at least
Keep that same energy.
But can you guess which part of this argument Hippo Hunter will choose to focus on? That's right, he takes the edgy joke Griffin made at the end of his comment, and if we interpret that comment as hyper-literally and as uncharitably as we possibly can, it means he literally wants people to die.
I knew you were gonna pull the classic, "Oh, it's just a prank guys, don't take it so seriously" argument. But I'm sorry, that shit ain't gonna fly here, because one of Griffin's former paypics, GameKing352, formerly known as God Howard, linked me to a stream clip of Griffin outrightly telling another YouTuber to go kill himself.
The reason you probably don't remember asking is because HypocriteHunter didn't fucking ask you anything when he was responding to Stuttering Mania. Newsflash, the world does not revolve around you.
Oh my god, guys. Griffin told someone to off themselves? On the internet? The audacity. This man is quite literally a monster, guys. The fucking gall of him to tell somebody to kill themselves on the internet? I mean, it's not like Griffin was just being edgy or anything. Oh. Now, let's play hypothetical. Let's say that you're absolutely right. Griffin is just outright telling somebody to go kill themselves with no second thoughts, right? My question to that would be, why the fuck do you care?
Probably because in the video that clip comes from, HypocriteHunter is calling out Griffin for trying to save face for his emotional breakdown over Actman's Vanguard review. And when he's telling somebody to go off themselves, yeah, he's gonna call him out for that. Because, I mean, he's already responding to the video to call him out for several other things completely unrelated to that. So when he gets to that part, I mean, why the fuck not? But let's go with the fact that it's a joke. At best, it's still fucking cringe. Because, again, what exactly am I supposed to be laughing at? Like with most edgy humor, I can at least understand what the joke is, even if I don't personally find it funny. But yeah, even if we were being as charitable as possible and giving Griffin the benefit of the doubt, it still makes him look like a cancerous 14-year-old online edgelord. Now, if that's the only thing HypocriteHunter was responding to in the video, and he made that video specifically because of Griffin's kill yourself quote-unquote joke, maybe you'd have a point. But he didn't go out of his way to criticize Griffin just for that. He was already criticizing Griffin for several other things, and he figured while he was at it, he might as well bring that up too. And before you bring up this video, it's literally just a rip of that one clip where he's responding to that section. He didn't put in any extra fucking effort just for that.
Telling somebody to off themselves on the internet is an empty threat, if you could even call it a threat. It's just words on the internet that don't have any meaning, because the term has lost all of its value on the internet. Did we care when low-tier God made his long-winded rant for us to kill ourselves? No.
Yes, we did. That's why we made fun of him for it.
Did we care when Wings of Redemption told someone to die in an automobile wreck? No.
Yes, we did. That's why we all made fun of him for it.
Did we care when Dreamcast Guy told people to take a long walk off a short dock? No.
Yes, we did. That's why we all made fun of him for it. And also because it contradicted a statement he made earlier in the video about how he didn't like people telling him to off himself, so there's that too.
Every single one of those clips, except for maybe Wings, is just them being edgy for the sake of being edgy. Griffin is quite literally doing the exact same thing. Now, just because I clarified that Griffin is just joking in that clip, that doesn't mean I find the joke itself funny. I am purely pointing this out just because people like HypocriteHunter proceeded to take this clip out of proportion.
But you do recognize it as a joke, meaning even if you don't find it funny, you should at least be able to point out and show someone else how someone else might find it funny. So, please explain the joke to me, I'm genuinely curious.
Which is something that he doubled down on doing.
But let's watch the clip to clear up any doubts we have, shall we?
Thank you so much, Kitsune Fire.
Is he using like text to speech? This dude should probably just fucking kill himself.
Welcome back to Otaku Daikun. Dai here. Today. Take that!
This video is really looking great for you, my dude. Normally I would tell people, please stop embarrassing yourself, but unfortunately, fanboys of any kind do not understand that meaning.
I love how you're going to use that clip to defend a YouTuber that has been showcased on one of Griffin's live streams justifying pedophilia by using the main character's backstory and their redemption arc to excuse their actions.
Okay, number one, I'm pretty sure HypocriteHunter was using that clip to attack Griffin and not defend Otaku Daikun. Number two, it is entirely possible that HypocriteHunter didn't know that about Otaku Daikun because maybe he doesn't watch him regularly, because I sure as hell don't.
Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy.
So you just blatantly admitted to doing YouTube for the views, which contradicts your point entirely about how, quote-unquote, most YouTubers don't do it for the views. But we will have to come back to this later when we talk about HypocriteHunter's response to me.
Alright, so remember that clip from way back earlier that I told y'all to remember? Well, here it is again.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but most, if not all YouTubers don't just do it for the views, but they care about the topics they talk about as well.
Keyword there is just. Sure, they do it for views, but that's not the only thing they do. Sure, I do think your earlier response to this statement was on point, but you saying that what he said now is contradictory to this is not true. Because what did he just say?
But at least I get to milk this video for more views and ad revenue just to piss off these grifter fanbots even more. Just to piss off these grifter fanbots even more. Just to piss off these grifter fanbots even more.
So it's not just for the views and ad revenue, but it's also to piss off the grifter fanbots, quote unquote. In other words, he's not just doing YouTube for views, he's doing it for spite. So, explain to me again how that's a contradiction?
And in case you think I am exaggerating, he uploaded this clip with the title, Griffin Gaming Wishes Death on Another YouTuber. The description and comments make it clear that he isn't joking, he is literally accusing him of wishing death on somebody else. I'm not going to spend much time explaining that this is obviously not meant to be taken seriously.
Bro, with your logic, DSP's roleplay as a Nazi live on stream isn't racist. And all of Wings of Redemption's stupid takes are just taken out of context, real talk.
That is a false equivalency. We're talking about an empty threat that was used as an edgy joke, and you're comparing it to a lolcow having mental breakdowns on live streams, and DSP having a long-winded anti-Semitic rant, which can be interpreted as racist. These are not fair comparisons, especially when you take into consideration that all Griffin did was make an intentionally uncreative kill-yourself joke. I mean, Jesus Christ, even Sean the Legend himself, the person that Griffin aimed his edgy joke at, does not care about what Griffin said in that clip, and he thought it was funny. You, on the other hand, are doubling down on taking his edgy joke out of proportion.
Okay, I'll agree that the comparison to Wings of Redemption is a false equivalency, but about the DSP thing about role-playing as a Nazi. You're quick to jump on him being racist because of that, yet you're willing to say that Griffin was just being edgy. How do you know that DSP wasn't also just being edgy? People on the internet make Nazi references all the fucking time just to be edgy. Just like how people on the internet tell others to kill themselves just to be edgy. If one of these things can be edgy, then why can't the other? And if you have to take one seriously, why aren't all of them taken seriously? That's kind of the point HypocriteHunter's trying to make. So either condemn both or defend both. But either way, at least make sure you can
Keep that same energy.
Right? But no, it's Griffin, guys. Only he's allowed to make these stupid claims and laugh at people similar to him except himself. But what can you do about that one, man? Selective outrage at its finest.
God help you if this is your definition of a selective outrage. The lack of self-awareness is astounding.
I mean, that is a selective outrage, though. You were quick to jump to Griffin's defense for his edgy joke, but then when other people are being edgy, then you condemn it. That is literally the textbook definition of a selective outrage.
And perhaps the most baffling part to me is that the very same deleted video that HypocriteHunter would use to give me credit for, the moment I criticize his take, he will use the exact same video to try and discredit me, which I find poetically and hilariously ironic. The best thing that all of you should take away from this, especially since HypocriteHunter is obsessed with things in the past, is to let it go and move on. Making arguments about how someone is hypocritical by bringing up past irrelevant drama doesn't matter, does not support your case at all, and it makes you look like an absolute moron.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, Brother Nier. At least in the way that you seem to frame that as a sort of blanket statement. Now, if I interpreted this wrong and you're just referring to this specific situation, then yeah, I'd 100% agree. Because you've made it clear that you no longer stand by that video. However, if somebody still stands by a certain take that they've made in the past and they've not made any sort of indication that they've changed since then I don't see the issue in someone bringing it up if they can connect it to what's currently going on. In other words, exposing a pattern. And again, I need to bring up the fact that you have done this in the past as well. You did it with the One Boom, you did it with Under the Mayo, and you did it with Mischief. Which is fine when you're not making this argument.
But in the first place, all this could have been avoided if I simply just watched Nier's livestream instead, before I made any comments or said anything. But just a quick side note here, I really was not aware that he unlists his streams and stores them in a playlist, which 100% explains why it wasn't showing up on his main video tab. Because he claimed he watches live on stream, and I went to his channel and his main video tab, but couldn't find any trace of the stream or any streams that he'd done before.
Hello, I am Baljit. Today, I will show you how to find Brother Nier 2.0 playlist, where he archives his streams. Step 1. Go to YouTube search bar. Step 2. Type in Brother Nier 2.0. Step 3. Go to his channel. And finally, Step 4. Scroll down from his homepage. And you can clearly see his fucking livestream playlist is right there! Use your eyes, you actual brain damaged individual, you fucking
Okay, I actually don't blame HypocriteHunter for this one, simply because I didn't know that you kept your streams on your channel either. See, here's the thing. If HypocriteHunter was looking for the stream when this whole drama was fresh, then it probably would have been at the top of your videos tab, but it wasn't. And if he didn't know it was there, it would make sense that he didn't think you kept your streams on your channel, which is why he probably didn't look in the playlists tab, because if it's not available in the videos, then it probably wouldn't be there either, except in your case it was. My source is that for about a month or so, I was trying to find your stream where you were responding to Mad Starkaven, and I couldn't fucking find it until, by random chance, I stumbled upon it about a month after the fact, when I was looking through your playlists tab, and it's kind of at the bottom, so I don't really blame HypocriteHunter for this one.
Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
Okay, I get why you're speeding up the video, but was it really necessary to greatly increase the pitch of everything to make it sound like chipmunk noises?
Not only did you beat around the bush about what exactly happened regarding the controversy, but you are also trying to twist the narrative that I'm only doing this because I want drama, even though I have been wanting to leave commentary for quite some time now.
Okay, just keep this in mind, because it is going to come up again in about a minute.
The reason I'm even making this video to begin with is because you continue to handle the situation extremely poorly, and you continue to show your true colors because of your actions, and all of your lies.
But you don't have to worry about that one, man. This is the first and last time I'm ever gonna spot review because I'm done with this shit. Or at least this side of YouTube after this video. This wasn't the type of content that I was actually gonna start on my channel with anyway.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. HypocriteHunter is actively trying to run away from the drama because he can't take criticism. Even though I have been wanting to leave commentary for quite some time now.
So, you're leaving commentary, but when HypocriteHunter tries to leave commentary, it's running away from the drama. So, I guess by that logic, so are you? You cannot make this shit up, folks.
If you want any further proof that that's the case, look at the Twitter DMs between Mario and HypocriteHunter. All because I criticized his video. He wants to run away from the drama because it makes him look bad. This is not how you respond to controversy, and it makes you look even worse. It should tell you that he's fully aware that he did something completely wrong and refuses to full-on acknowledge it. And I would even go as far as to say that HypocriteHunter's 50-minute long response to me is also concrete proof that this is exactly the case. You could have ended this drama peacefully if you left this video of yours at 2 minutes explaining what happened and apologize for it. But instead you make terrible arguments about points you still stand by, even though they were never good points to begin with.
So you think he needs to apologize to you because you think his arguments were bad? Sure, some of them were awful, but others weren't. No, the reason he owes you an apology is because you were trying to criticize him, and he was silencing said criticism. That's the whole crux of this controversy. If he disagrees with your points, though, he still has a right to respond to them.
I guess I didn't really think about that, because, yeah, it does come off as hypocritical if he criticizes other people for doing that. So yeah, I get that. That does come off as hypocritical. I didn't really think about it in that standpoint.
And if you had listened to what I have to say, instead of blabbering about, you would have known that by now.
Just a friendly reminder that the clip he uses against Griffin is completely taken out of context, so this just makes your point even worse, and it also brings forth a brand new criticism I haven't had before during that livestream. You are basically strawmanning Griffin's point in that clip from 2 years ago. He's not complaining about mid-roll ads, he is complaining that Bring Halo Back is pretty much grifting Halo 3 MCC on PC by finding a reason to complain.
Just like how Griffin was looking for a reason to complain about Axeman's Vanguard review. How do you know that Bring Halo Back wasn't genuinely complaining about it? Sure, his whole argument was fucking stupid, I'll give you that.
But how do you know he was intentionally looking to complain about something versus just being a fucking dumbass?
Oh no, dude, he said go kill yourself. None of us really even cared when Quantum TV did it.
Oh really? None of you cared? Because if I remember correctly, that was not the case, especially with a couple of responses to his bullshit Elden Ring review. I even have a clip of one of them right here. Go ahead, explain to me the upcoming clip. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. Say less.
Shut the fuck up, Nier. Nobody asked you, but... What? You have got to be fucking shitting me. Just when I thought this dude could not sink any lower by not understanding the creation of entertainment whatsoever, it just sunk even fucking lower. Weren't you literally just bitching about people harassing you in the comments section?
It astounds me to no end how you've managed to do one of the most stupid things I've ever seen on YouTube so far. First of all, you are missing the point on why Josh made a big deal out of it to begin with. Quantum TV told the Elden Ring community to go off themselves even though he was simultaneously complaining about the fact that people criticized him for his Elden Ring takes. That's why Josh bothered responding to that part so furiously. And secondly, you criticized me earlier for pausing your video and cutting you off mid-sentence on a live stream. Your dumbass cut me off mid-sentence on a video and are completely leaving out the important other half of Psychonautic Therapy's comment on my stream. So here's the full context of said clip. Oh no, dude, he said go kill yourself. None of us really even cared when Quantum TV did it, just that he tried backtracking on saying, yeah, he backtracked on that shit. That's why we cared in the first place. Because Quantum TV was like, at the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. And then he backtracked on it and meant to say in-game, like, that's why people care sometimes. Is if you backtrack on saying shit like that, it makes you look bad.
And why the fuck do you think he backtracked in the first place? That's right, motherfucker. Because people were calling him out. So were all the people calling him out in the first place for his, at the end of the day, go kill yourself comment, or wishing that people were Pulse victims, were they just taking an edgy comment out of context? Because by your logic, they were. And it only became a valid criticism once he started backtracking because of said criticism. Not a good look for you, my dude.
You know what? I'm done with this video. This whole drama is fucking stupid. This man tries to say he's taking the L on the situation, but simultaneously makes some of the worst arguments I've ever had to go through. Let all of this sink in, guys. Apparently this man is taking the L. Totally not making things worse whatsoever. So there you have it. HypocriteHunter is incredibly disingenuous. He's a drama queen, he blindly paints people as fanboys, he can't take criticism, and he's incredibly illiterate. I never thought I had to say any of those things to this person, but unfortunately, it looks like he is the one that is writhing in thirst for drama content. Isn't that right, Special Force 117? Thank you all for watching, be sure to subscribe because I need clout.
And just like that, the video is over. So I guess the moral of the story is, even if you have a good reason to call someone out, make sure that you don't make shitty arguments of your own in the process. But in all seriousness though, his video as a whole wasn't really all that bad. It might have seemed that way in this video, but that's just because I sped up past all the parts I actually agreed with, because, I mean, what more value could I possibly add other than saying I agree? So yeah, go check out Brother Nier's video if you haven't seen it already, link in the description, and anyways, that's going to be about it for this video. And don't you worry, we are going to be responding to HypocriteHunter next, and I guarantee you I'm going to be tearing into him even fucking harder than I did with Brother Nier. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more if you enjoyed it, and tell me what you think of the whole situation. Anyways, that's it. Peace!